Good morning, Professor. The company that I've selected for my project is Berkshire Hathaway. The reason I selected this company is because I'm really inspired by the CEO of the company, Warren Buffett. And the another thing that I like about this company is like the value they have provided to their shareholders. Like what I mean is like from 1965 to 2018, the average return on S&P 500 stock is around 9.8%, and this company has delivered the returns of 19.8% since on average since that year. So this company has really taken care of its shareholders. That's why I really like this company. And I'm going to begin with the introduction. So, Berkshire Hathaway is a US based company which has headquarters in Nebraska, United States. As of now, the company owns many subsidiary companies in different industries such as healthcare, uh, clothing, manufacturing, retail, furnitures, and a lot of them. So company has diversified their portfolio in many industries, from finance to insurance to retail. So they own a lot of companies and stake in a lot of companies in different industries. So as of now, Warren Buffett is the company's CEO and Charlie Munger serves the company's vice chairman. So the company started their business as a textile business, and in the year 1955, there was a merger of Berkshire Fine Spinning Associates with Hathaway Manufacturing Company. This is how Berkshire Hathaway was formed. And Warren Buffett saw a trend that whenever a company closes a mill, the prices of the shares goes down. And he used to buy shares when that incident used to happen. And that's one of the golden rule. Uh, Whenever there is a good news about the company into the market, the shares of the company goes high. And whenever there is a bad news uh, about the company in the market, the prices of the shares goes down. So at that time, there were around 12,000 workers with over 120 million in revenue, and it was headquartered in New Bedford. So the company was only dealing in textile business when Warren Buffett bought it, but he recently started investing in insurance, and he started buying stock in insurance company, and after a couple years he diversified in financial services and other businesses too. So as of now, the company is having a portfolio of 50 completely owned companies, and they own stake in more than 300 companies. So when the Warren Buffett took control of the company in 1965, the market value was around 18 million and shareholders' equity was about 22 million. So the company was actually going really down, and he saw the good opportunity. The prices were low, and he bought into that company. But that's the past. But as of now, in the present, the company owns a lot of companies. Let's have a look. So they own Geico, which is it's an insurance company. They own the Fruit of the Loom, which is the clothing company. They own See's Candies, like that's candy shop, and the other one is BNSF Railway. That's a transportation service, and they also own Furniture Mart. So they say It says they have some uh, business and retail too, and they own stake in a lot of big companies such as American Express, IBM, Wells Fargo, Coca-Cola, and many other. So they own a big share. So, for example, they own stocks in Apple too. So the company has diversified their portfolio and owns shares in a lot of huge companies. So, what suggestions I would like to give for social media? So, I analyzed the social media of one of their subsidiary company, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and what I found is their efforts were based very much on company rather than focused on the consumer. So, what I mean by that is the company was posting content such as like whenever they hired a new employee, they were posting about that. If company achieved some new achievement, they were posting about that. But there was nothing much about the audience or about the target market. So I think if the company, creates the content that's valuable to the audience, for example, if I'm a first-time home buyer, like I would like to know some, tips and tricks from the experts, like how to buy my first house, what things that I need to be careful about when I'm refinancing my house, and some other stuff that a lot of general public does is not aware about it. So when they share something valuable, the people come and follow them because it's helping them, and at the same time that will help them to develop the brand. And the second thing that I found was the company was really uh, not that quick in adopting the trends. For example, the new features on social media has came such as Facebook Live, Instagram TV, YouTube Live. The company is not actually utilizing those features. And what's the benefit of utilizing these new features is whenever any social media launches, a new feature, they promote that feature a lot. And the reach that they could get by using that new feature is way more higher compared to the old feature. For example, I did a Facebook Live, and when I was traveling to Arizona, I was able to reach around 1400 to 1500 people through my video. And usually, when I just post a profile picture or just a general picture, I usually reach around like 80 to 100 people. That's the max. So what I learned from experience is when there is a new feature that has been launched by a social media, if we utilize that, the reach is higher, and the company could reach the audience at a higher level and pass down the message very easily. So that should be one of the things that companies should take into consideration and to make sure they're always ahead and picking up trends at the right time. So in conclusion, in this paper I discussed the history of the company and current operations of the company and the current portfolio. And one more suggestion that I think is that would help the company is that a company could achieve higher results by going more niche. For example, if I'm a mortgage broker and if I'm trying to sell my services to everyone, it's very hard for me to reach that target market or try to sell them. And even there is a quote like the man who chases too rapid catches none. So if I decide to go more niche and understand like the people who go through divorce and have to refinance their house. So if I just go and target the people who just recently got divorced and are looking for refinancing their house, By going more niche, there are chances that I could grow faster, and at the same time, I could be expert in serving that group. So that could help the company a lot. For example, they could just concentrate on the real estate investors, or certain group from which they're getting most of their business. And the third thing, what I found is the company needs to observe what their competitors are doing and ensure they're one step ahead in all the mediums. So on social media, there were some companies posting blogs. There were some company posting valuable information for the customers. Some companies were posting 3D tour of the houses. So there are certain useful things that company could easily copy and execute into their own strategy, and there are possibilities that it could help them at a great level. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening to me.